Welcome to Maurine's meditation page. These meditations are offered free in service to the divine. If you're interested in working with Maurine, learn more at headtoyourheart.com.
Okay. Glad to have all of you all here. I didn't realize there were going to be so many people. So
You're popular.
you got a packed house. So I'm going to introduce you to a yogic practice that kind of comes from India and from Tibet. A very old one. And it's, let's see how to describe it. Let me dive straight into it. So it's a movement practice. The movements are fairly simple. The movements are done very slowly. Some of them are standing, some of them are sitting, some are on the floor. And they're done a little slower than you want to. And there's a particular awareness that you use while doing it. Now, why does, or to give a little background to this, one way of putting it is that everything you do, everything you say, everything you think or act on leaves a trace in your body. So if you're going somewhere and you're late, or you're driving along and you're worried about being late, your shoulders get tense, they go up and you're driving along. You get there in time, get out of your car, your shoulders don't go down, they still stay up. That's a trace in your body. So we have traces in our embodiment, in our organs, in our nervous system, from events in our lives, sometimes events that were 10 minutes ago, sometimes events that were 20 years ago, sometimes events that are from your childhood. What this Tibetan yoga does is that through its practices, it goes to the places of those traces, tensions, holdings, tightness, and unravels them and releases them directly in the embodiment. And as a result, sometimes releases the event itself. Actually, many times. So sometimes as you do these practices, you may get a wash of emotion. Sometimes you may get an unexpected memory. And then seems to just open up, and there you are. So that's the backdrop to it. It is also a practice that is used in the Tibetan medical tradition. So if you, in the old days, if you went to a Tibetan medical practitioner, instead of telling you, take this pill 3 times a day for a week and come back and see me, he will tell you, do this practice 3 times a day and come back and see me after a week. So it is also a practice used by the medical practitioners. So it's also a practice used to align and open the channels in the body for very advanced practitioners who want to do advanced practices. So actually to align the energies in the body and the energies outside. So we can take it at any of these levels, and it often very quickly works at any of these levels. There is, I picked a couple of practices. I think we'll do one practice, a very easy one. If you don't want to do it, it's a practice where you're going to be standing and you're going to move your arms kind of above your head and bring them back down again. Some of you may have physical constraints that, I'm not able to raise my hand above my head, just take it up wherever it goes and come back down. It doesn't have to be done, these practices don't have to be done exactly right, even though it has the word yoga in them, and people who do yoga practices try to get the postures exactly right. In this one, you can be a little sloppy. You can do it a little off and it still works, which is kind of relaxing because you don't have to stress about doing it absolutely right. And which kind of raises a question. I'm kind of doing it not exactly right. I'm doing it slowly. So why would it work? It works because of how you tune into the sensations in your body. And you're going to tune into sensations in a particular way. So as all of you are sitting now, you know, we all have sensations in our body. So go ahead and just notice one of those sensations. And if you're older, it's probably a slightly painful sensation. Something is not right. So go ahead and just put your mind on it, notice it, wherever it is in your body. So all of you have picked a different sensation. And as you tune into that sensation, notice that you have a little story about it. You're telling yourself, this is this way because this happened and something. Or you could be tuning into a sensation and telling yourself, that doesn't feel good, a little painful. Or you could be tuning in and saying, I like that feeling, it feels good, right? It could be, it's one of these things. Usually in the big picture, it's either a positive sensation or a negative sensation, sometimes a neutral sensation. So when you tune into sensations in Kumye or in Tibetan yoga, you tune into the sensation and let go of the labels. You tune actually into the sensation, not the labels. Can you do that? It's actually not hard to do that. So let's try that. Let's just the pressure point right in the center of your palm. Let's take your other hand and just touch that point. As soon as you touch, you get a sensation. And you know, usually as you touch, you're saying, oh, he asked me to touch. I'm supposed to feel something. And all these words come up in your head. No, do one thing. Sense the actual sensation right there. Let go of any labels, any stories, just the sensation. Press a little harder, sensations change. Press a little harder, rub a little, sensations change. Now you are sensing the sensations. No labels. No label of I like it or don't like it. Directly sensing. It's very interesting to sense like this. When you let go of the labels, it feels very different. The sensations are a lot richer and deeper. And they change and move. Not only that, sensations arise in other places too. Press a little lighter, sensations change. Press even lighter, sensations change. Very lightly, just touching. Completely different sensations. Sensations where you're just touching, but where else do you feel sensations? Other places in the body? Maybe a little even outside the skin of your body. Huh, interesting, huh? Interesting. So that's what we're going to do. It's like if you let go of the labels, it opens up an entire universe. As though the labels were actually blocking you from sensing or seeing. So we are going to do these practices and sense the sensations, which will change as we do the practices, moment by moment. We're going to move into a standing practice. So we'll stand in a moment, continue sitting. We'll stand in a moment and we will do the movement practice. We'll be doing it rather slowly. So keep an eye on me, how slowly I'm doing it. And if you really can't do it that slow, you can do it a little faster, it's okay. But try to do it slowly because the slower you move, the more you sense.
And Santosh, may I interrupt and just
Yes.
really verbally walk us through it, because we're going to be recording this for an audio file. It won't be a video. So
Okay.
the more
Totally.
verbal cues you can give, the better.
I will describe it in a way that somebody who's not watching me can still see it in their mind's eye. And for those who are able to watch me, just to get a sense of this pacing, keep an eye on me, but I will speak to give a sense of where my arms are or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So we will do the movement practice. What happens when you do the movement practice is if sensations arise, but to be honest, actually certain energies also may get stimulated, especially around the heart for this practice. Allow that to happen. If at any point the practice seems a little too strong or the wash of energy is too strong and you want to stop, you can just stop, wait it out, come back and do it again, or simply stop. Either one's okay. And what we do at the end of the practice is we sit for about 5 minutes or so, because you want to give your body time to let the energy settle in, let the effects of the practice settle in. So we'll give it a little time after that. You may find that sitting at the end may be very deep. You may go into quite deep meditation without even trying. And so who knows whether it'll happen. The proof is in the pudding, so we'll do it and we'll see what happens. And just when you do it with a kind of curiosity, as though you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what sensation is going to come up, as though pretend that you're a tourist in a new town. Everything is interesting. And you notice when you touched and rubbed without the labels, it was interesting, it was new. Be a tourist. Let's see what we find out. Let's see what happens to us. So I'm going to come to my feet. All of you can come to your feet. I don't have to see all of y'all. I will, and if you can, I will just pin my video so I can see. So the practice is done standing, and we're going to use just those of you who can see me on the screen, you're going to see only my upper body, and that's good enough for this practice. So come into standing, your feet are a comfortable distance apart, so you can stand with comfort. Your arms hang loose from their shoulder sockets. Your spine is straight and relaxed. Take a moment and sense your breath coming in. If you want to, you can let your breath come in through both your nose and mouth. And if you're comfortable with just the nose, you can do that too. Traditionally in these practices, you breathe through both the nose and mouth. Your eyes are softly open, both sensing outwards and inwards. So if you're looking at me, I'll briefly show you what the practice looks like. Your arms are going to rise up on both sides of your body. They come up to shoulder height and they continue upwards, going overhead. And then they come back down and you pause at shoulder height for a moment, sense your heart, and then you come all the way down. So that's all the practices. We'll do that, depending on the time, we'll do it maybe 2 or 3 times. So remember, as you're doing the practice, sensations change as the position of your body changes. So tune into the sensations the way we just did. Let go of labels, let go of stories, let go of names, let go of any interpretation. All words are gone. You're just in sensation. So right now, as you stand, go into the sensations. Notice sensations anywhere in your body. You can even let your breath go to the place of the sensation and let the breath touch the sensation. That itself will change the sensation. standing for a moment. Now let your arms start to rise up slowly on both sides, very slowly sensing. As your arms change position, sensations change. Not just in your arms, but everywhere else too. Relax. Notice any places that you're holding. See if you can let it go. The skin on your face, your feet, top of your head, your arms, your hands. Relax. Slowly the arms rise up and they come to shoulder height. And from shoulder height, they continue upwards. Notice how the sensations changed as your arms go above shoulder height. Really feel the sensations. Where are they? What does your spine feel like? What does your belly feel like? Slowly the arms are moving upwards. They're about halfway up now. They continue until they are starting to become overhead now. And at one point, they're completely overhead. Just lengthen your body, making it longer. Reach for the sky. Then relax. And then let your arms start to come down, slowly finding their way down. Oh, very different sensations when you're coming down. Slow down when you come down. Sense deeper. Where are the feelings? How are they moving? What do they taste like? Slowly the arms move until they come to shoulder height. When they get to shoulder height, pause your arms for a moment. Sense your heart center, the center of your torso. Sense your arms, sense the connection from your heart into your arms, into your hands, maybe even beyond your hands. Feel that. Now let your arms continue down slowly, sensing. Start to enjoy the sensations. Arms are halfway down and they continue further down. Until at one point they're all the way down. Relax completely and sense. Close your eyes for a moment, just sense inwardly. Feel your heart, sense your belly. Sense the front of your body, the back of your body. All the way to your feet. Notice the feel of your breath, the quality of your breath. Softly open your eyes again, let your arms rise up. Once again, arms are rising up. Are these sensations different on this second repetition? Curious. Be like a child exploring. And if this is too slow for you, you can move faster. It'll still work. Arms come to shoulder height and continue upwards. As the arms continue upwards, they're about halfway up now, still moving. Until at one point your arms are completely overhead. And once again, reach up to the sky. Relax and let your arms start to come down. Sensing as they come down. Slowly the arms start coming down, starting to find their way to shoulder height. When your arms are at shoulder height, sense your heart center, sense your arms, sense the energy in your arms and your heart, and then let your arms continue down. At one point, just as you're sensing sensations, there's almost a feel of energy in the body. Sense that too, sense that too. Eyes are softly open, gaze is soft, arms come all the way down. Just sense as you stand. Let's do one last repetition. Do this last repetition completely on your own. I'll stop speaking. Sensing on your own. Go all the way up and come back down. Going deep into sensations, feelings. Let go of all labels, all names, all stories, just sensation. Continue moving slowly if you're moving, still moving. Whenever your arms are by your side, just stand and sense. Stand for a moment, just sensing. Sensations, energies are moving through your body. Just tune into them, allow them to continue, allow them to continue. If you allow them to continue, they may become larger and bigger, getting stimulated and expanding. See if you can do that. See if you can allow the energies to become a little larger by simply allowing it to continue. Nothing special, nothing special. Can you take them a little outside your body? Just outside your skin. And then bring them back through the skin into the body. And just let go, simply stand. And now we're going to move into sitting. The sitting is very much part of the practice. So as you find your way into sitting, move slowly, taking the sensations, the feeling tones into the sitting. So start to move, finding your way into sitting, whether you're on a chair, wherever you're sitting, find your way into sitting, moving slowly, taking the sensations into the sitting, taking the sensations into the sitting. And as you continue to come into sitting, and once you're in sitting, settle down into sitting, spine is relaxed and straight. Continue to sit. As you sit, sensations continue to move, energies continue to move. Allow the effects of the practice to settle into your body. Nothing to do, just be, nothing to do. And slowly start to come out of the sitting. Take your time coming out. Just look around for a moment, sense the light coming through your eyes, the shapes and colors of things around you, any noises, sounds around you, just sensing. Sense your body too. Okay.
So, welcoming us all back from the wonderful Tibetan yoga practice that we did with Santosh Philip tonight, thanking him, period, and just bringing your awareness back. You may want to do some writing, some reflecting on what it was like for you to be in your body without labeling, without judgment, being present with your sensations. If you'd like to launch into a meditation from this presence, this is a good foundation to do it from. Otherwise, just welcome yourself back to the outer world of awareness, allowing the possibility that your consciousness has been expanded, that you're more aware and in touch with a higher perspective, having been through this exercise. Until next time, have a beautiful rest of your time. Thank you for joining in on these free meditations. If you're interested in working with Maurine privately, learn more at headtoyourheart.com.